So we're working on a 2006 Sienna. This one's front wheel drive. They do come in all wheel drive, but this is a Journey's off-road, I think 3 or 3.5 inch lift kit. Right here we got basically just putting front strut extensions. We're gonna start with the front. Then you have coil spring spacers for the rear, your drop brackets, sway bar end links. Right now we're working on the front. We're gonna start by getting this cowl off. We gotta take the wiper motor assembly out to get to the strut bolts. After we get this out, we're gonna go ahead and jack the car up. We're gonna do one wheel at a time. And once we get this out, we'll show you what it looks like. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 10mm bolts. Looks like 10mm. Now that we got the driver tire off, we got the cowl off, we can go ahead and take the sway bar links off. Sometimes they'll spin inside, so you have to get an Allen key to hold it steady, and then a box end to get this off. So yeah, that's a 17. Sometimes these studs will spin, so you just gotta put your Allen key in there, get your box end. Now we got a strut tower out. You see on the kit actually says mount this towards the engine. And that's how our strut goes. So pretty simple. It goes on like that, that side facing in. And then you're gonna use the factory hardware for the bottom. Or maybe that's the wrong one. Yep. Ignore that. All right, so we use our factory hardware. And Journeys provides hardware for these. It's a coarser thread, I believe. So now we got this bolted on with the factory hardware. We got it, snug. We're gonna tighten it more once we get it in place. And they supply the hardware for the top. So basically you just reverse the process. Get our strut tower up there. Okay. Get that up there good enough. We get these started up top. Push up on the strut tower with one hand. I'm not going to tighten these down all the way till we get everything lined up, but just enough to hold this in place. All right, and then down here, I'm going to be going back with the factory hardware in the bottom, and then our camber bolt in the top. Don't smash anything. There's a lot of tension on this. Yeah. All right, we'll lower this down the best we can and put a drop down right here. All right, so now we're working on the back. Definitely a lot more hassle than the front. So basically all you're doing is you're dropping your axle down and then you're putting in a spacer between your spring. So we had to take both springs out. We already got the spacer on that one and we really fought it. We put the bracket in first. On this side, what we did is drop this down, bolted the axle in first, because this rubber bushing really makes it hard to get everything lined up. And then obviously we had to cut this. You don't have to remove much, but this little lip gets in the way with this lip on the bracket. So you cut that off, make it a little easier. And then we just slid it in place, align these holes, and put these in. Now, I'm gonna tighten everything down, put our brake line extension on, get everything in place. We're gonna pop our springs in, try to get our shocks aligned the best we can. If not, what we're gonna do is jack it up enough to put the tires on and then lower the jacks with the weight of the car to compress the springs enough to be able to put these shocks in, which they give you these extensions for your shocks. And that's the plan anyway, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so now we got our coil springs and our spacers all back in place. We got our axle drop brackets down, bolted in. Shock is in with the shock extension. So now we're just gonna jack up under the coil spring to raise up our hub. We could go ahead and put our tire back on. Grab that tire now.